we have another professional athlete at this amazing studio booth here. Welcome again.
Thank you.
This is not the first time you've been here. This is the second time you've
Yep.
been to Iceland. How is it compared to last time?
It's been fun. This time I feel like, well, since we raced Friday,
Yeah.
or yesterday, we got here Thursday morning.
Yep.
Which is the same, I think, from last time when we came. We came at the same time, but it seems like it's been just quicker.
Yeah.
Because we've been so busy getting the sleds ready Thursday night, late night, Thursday drove here, and then Friday obviously we raced and stuff. So
You got an extra race day.
yeah, which is fun. That's
Yeah.
why that's why I came, is to race, have some fun, and then it was fun. Last time I came with Kyle and Adam and Sam, my mechanic, and this time Jordan and Dom. So it's been fun to hang out with those boys a little bit and
Yeah.
mess around.
Last time I raced, you racing, I raced also, and I didn't get to see much of you. So now
Yeah.
I'm just announcing to see you all the time.
Yeah.
And yesterday it was a good race.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw well, the heats were fun even too. They
Yeah.
were a battle with I think the first heat I started third behind Bjarki,
Yeah.
and he was going hard. I was like, all right, I better get going, because I knew Dom was kind of getting away from
Yeah.
me. And then next thing I know, Bjarki is swapping. I see his feet, and then I just see boom slamming.
He tried
snow.
the Superman in the rhythm.
Yeah. I rewatched it too after, we saw it in the trailer, but I was like, when he landed, I literally, it looked like he just indented into the snow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hopefully he's all right. And then kind of caught back up to Dom a little bit, but the track was super fun.
Yeah.
It's even compared to last time when I came, it's pretty similar. Just a big track. The snow is super good because it's obviously all fresh snow.
Yeah, they tried to do similar layout.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I think yesterday I had me and Jordan and Dom were all saying we had a blast. It was
Yeah.
Somewhat close to a national, a little bit bigger jumps. The turns were good. So it was super fun. I'm excited for today. Do a little right hand action.
Yeah, you have the same sled as yesterday.
Yep.
Differences, the same suspension.
Yeah, different front shocks, because yesterday I got a lap and a half of practice.
Yeah.
And busted the shock. So then Ever let me use his shocks.
Yeah.
And then now I have a different set of shocks today. So we'll see.
Okay.
The sled handles pretty well.
Yeah.
It's a little bit slow, but that's all right.
we didn't see that yesterday, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, but the final was super fun. Like I said, the start was all weird.
Yeah.
And then I see Jordan. We were going over the finish line, and I saw some sort of flag. I didn't know if they were gonna stop us.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked back. I didn't see anything, and I saw Jordan start dropping back. So
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe they made him go to the back.
Yeah.
And then that whole first lap, I was waiting for them to throw a red, or sometimes they'll do that in the U.S. if
Yeah.
it's a weird start. Then they didn't. So I'm like, all right, well, I better get going. And like I said, the track was fun. I think Dom was right behind me the whole time. He was pushing me good, but I knew I had
You had good pace.
a little bit of a gap. But then, yeah, I got into lap traffic, and that was kind of tough navigating that, because obviously when you're stuck in you're comfortable in your lines and you're smooth and out front, it's hard to switch it up. But then once I got in a few of the lappers, I started to have to change lines, and then I went inside in one of the corners and kind of tried to cut the corner sharper, and then lapper behind me obviously didn't anticipate me doing that, and then hit me, and then I kind of got turned, and I don't know how I didn't tip.
It was amazing the way you handled it.
Yeah, I
We were
just jet skied it almost, and then
we saw a new clip and how did he stay on?
Yeah. So then by the time I was going pointed the wrong way. So then by the time I got back on, I see Jordan and Dom go right by me, and I'm like, dang it. And then I think it was that next lap coming into the finish line, I see Dom. I just saw Dom go flying. He was hanging off the sled, and I'm like, oh, well, now I'm in second. And at that point, I knew Jordan had come all the way through the pack, which was impressive, but not surprised at all.
It's funny asking you guys, we don't see the speed like you do, and the unusual lines. It's extremely, because the track is 8 meters and you use all the 8 meters.
Yeah.
And like you come through the pack, win, amazing corner speed and all that, and like, how's the clutch? It's not good. No power. What?
Yeah. Yeah, we got that thing just pinned the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the final was fun. But once I had that little tip over and those two got around me and I saw Dom crashed, I'm like, and then Jordan was in front of me obviously already. He had a little bit of a gap. I'm just like, ride her home. Ride her home in second.
One race left.
Yeah. So I'm excited for today though.
Well, you are. What team are you racing on in the U.S.?
In the U.S., Team Lavallee, Red Bull, Polaris. So this past year was my second year of pro. So it went well. It definitely went a lot better than last year. Last year I broke my leg at the end of the year, so I missed 3 races. So I didn't end great in points. And I don't know, I was just kind of starting to find my groove, and then that happened. So then this year it was kind of a slow start again. Well, I shouldn't say slow. I had a couple 6th place finishes, couple 4ths, and then kind of like few bad finishes like out of the top 10, just because I don't know, the Triple Crown's tough.
Yeah,
it's like tough on, I feel like all the racers besides Emil. Him and Jordan the like consistency really shows them like there.
Is the Triple Crown like 25 points or?
No, it's 25 for the whole night.
Okay.
So that's why it's weird. It's hard to really gain or lose points because we're used to 45-point days because you get 10 for a heat, and you could get 25 for a final. So a perfect day would be 45 in the U.S., I think, if I'm correct on that. But Triple Crown, you don't get points like per race. You get points that then place you for an overall, which you get the points on.
Okay.
But it's weird. I don't know. And then like what we were talking about is you don't like for the Triple Crown, it's like 1 point, or like you win, you get 1, or second gets 2. Like it should almost be split up where it's more of a gap.
It's like Supercross Triple Crown.
Yeah.
You get 1-1.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like 1-1-1. You'd have 3 points.
Yeah.
But it should somehow be different where, like it's you get more points for winning. You know how it is, because like in a final, usually like in the U.S. it's 25 points and then 23 or 22 or something. Like there's a 2 to 3 point gap between first and second.
Yeah.
And then obviously that gap is more than if you're first compared to 10th.
Yeah.
So that's like one thing I feel like they need to kind of work out, along with, I don't know, the year gets to be long doing Triple Crown every single weekend because it's 3 finals every day.
And they do Triple Crown because they don't have that many signing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's only
15
to probably start the year. Like I think this past year there was like 15 of us. So I mean I get that, but at the same time, if there's 15, even if there's 13 guys, that's about 7 guys in a heat. Like that's not like, because they didn't want 4 or 5 guys on the track.
That's not fun.
Which I get that as a fan, but then at the same time, like from what I've heard, like a lot of the fans don't like Triple Crown. Like, and that's not like just. I'd be fine with doing Triple Crown even half the year. Like I enjoy it. It's cool. It's fun to do, but just from like the fans' perspective of like people watching back home from where I live, like they're like, this is dumb. Like you got second in the second or third or whatever it was in the last Triple Crown. Why weren't you on the podium?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's all your points add up through the night. So.
But what's the best finish you've had? What's the highlight? What's the best race you've been
Third.
on? So
I was at ERX. I got 3rd overall, which was awesome. That was my first pro podium. And then this year I was at ERX. I was 1 turn away from winning one of the Triple Crown heats.
Yeah.
And Adam passed me last turn. He got into me and cut under. And then this year I had a few seconds, a few thirds, in one heat race or heat Triple Crown. So that was like really good to see for me, because last year I think my highest finish was 4th. So this year I had, like I said, almost had a win, and then had a few seconds, a few thirds, and then obviously a couple 4ths and 5ths. But definitely the highlight was that third overall. And then I also like just had way more like consistency like in that top 5. Like I think I had 3 or 4 fifth place overalls, and same thing with the fourth overalls. And then I had a few sixths, which was still like good for me to be in that top half of the class for sure.
So next year is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, hopefully I can string together a few more podiums and go for that first heat win, because that would obviously be pretty sweet. So.
And we have here a Red Bull helmet.
Oh yeah.
This thing you can't even buy off the black market.
No.
You have to be a Red Bull athlete to get one of these. And you are a Red Bull athlete.
Yep.
When did you get the first one?
So when I signed with Levi, that was 2020. That was my first year with the team and Red Bull, because we're like our team sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that works there. So that was my first year, and just had Red Bull here. And then once I turned pro, which was last year, well, not this past season, the season before, that's when I got the full Red Bull helmet.
Yeah.
You kind of it's pretty cool. Like we were talking before, like we get pretty much open reign for what we want to do with it.
You just send your...
Yeah, we can do... Sometimes if you send them a picture, like I could send them pictures of like a design I like on the internet, whatever it is, even if it's not like a helmet design, just anything, pictures. So like I've done some pretty cool things the last couple of years with my helmets. Like this one I did like a USA theme, so that was kind of cool, like stars and stripes. And then my name, obviously. And
you were talking earlier, you had the photo here of...
Yeah, that one will be like a wall hanger, go in my office or something at home.
You have a photo of you and your wife.
Me and my wife, yeah, we got married in October. So I, like right after I got married, that was when like our deadline was to get our designs in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, give me like a week and I'll get you a picture from after the wedding. And I'd love if we could do it like right on the back. And then we had like a logo made up for a wedding. It was like T&R for Tanian and Ryley.
Yeah.
So I put that all over the helmet and then up on top. So that helmet's pretty sweet, and that one
goes straight to the wall.
Yeah, like this one's obviously super cool too, and like.
And you get 2 a year.
2 a year, yeah. Yeah. My first year I got 3 just because. It was like I got the full Red Bull, so it was like they wanted me to have a spare or like another spare, just for like the race weekends. But yeah, so we get 2 a year, and then usually I'll, I mean, with snow, I know the moto guys like go through helmets. Like Red Bull is telling us like a lot like more heavily, where we're like 2 helmets is plenty.
Yeah.
For me, like maybe I'll go through a couple.
But if you need
visors.
extra. Do you just I need extra? Or
If we really wrecked one, I think we could just get another one and send it to them and then paint it, obviously. But
you were telling me earlier you can't buy this. You can't get this just if you're a Red Bull athlete.
Yep.
But I have seen someone donating them.
Yep.
And what's the rule there?
Yeah, so they say if you donate the helmet to like a giveaway or some sort of foundation for like raising money, you just got to cut the helmet straps so people can't wear it.
Yeah, at least 2.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm sure if someone was smart enough, they could get it and somehow rig it back to a strap. But I think at that point, people are just like, it's cool to either give money to something and get the helmet and have it as like a wall decoration, or just to say you have one. But yeah, they're pretty hard to come by, which makes it cool for us racers, like to wear them and stuff.
It's unique.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and they treat us pretty well, give us hats and shirts and anything we need, bags, so. Yeah.
Not many people know that, but you do work with the Snocross life.
Yep.
And you are a realtor.
Yep. Yeah, so Snocross is obviously my main gig.
Yeah.
And it keeps me busy in the winter, and obviously I train year-round in the gym and stuff. But then, yeah, I got my real estate license last June, so I've been grinding with that a little bit. Got some friends that are wanting to buy houses, so I'm gonna be busy this spring for sure. I was pretty happy I could make the time to come over here and race, because Jordan and Dom were like, yeah, we booked our tickets, like you should book yours and come, and I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. And then I got on the podium at ERX, so I got a little bonus money. And I'm like, all right, I'll come. I'm gonna come race. So yeah.
But it's super fun having you here. You came 2 years ago,
Yep.
so after 2 years you're coming back again
Mm-hmm.
with more people.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be sweet if I know like some of the guys we were talking like this when we were coming over this year, but like if next year if we could get some sleds over here and like race our own sleds and then just leave them here if we could find people to buy them.
Yeah.
But it's fun cuz like right now back home we don't have any snow.
No.
So it's like to come over here and put some more motos in and like I said have some fun. Like obviously we all like riding snowmobiles and racing snowmobiles, so it's more I mean, the equipment's definitely not what we're used to,
No.
but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. Like for us, we were just talking on the way here. We're like, we don't really have pressure. Like we're just here to
Just to have fun.
and like just be boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
You have to have fun with it.
yeah.
But we're looking forward to seeing you rest of the day, and thanks for having this interview with
Yeah,
us.
no problem.
And good luck today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.